Now at 9, local pups get the chance to cool down from the heat at a doggy diving event. Plus, the community of Quapaw throws a back-to-school party. And students receive their white coats from KCU.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Elise Noe. Joplin High School students now have a safer option to get to school. The Joplin School District today held a ribbon cutting for a new crosswalk on 20th Street near the high school. The crosswalk features a center island and bright flashing signs to alert motorists that someone is crossing. Officials say there is still some electrical work to be done, but otherwise the project is complete, just in time for the start of classes on Monday. Meteorologist Sam Lane joins us for our first look at weather.
All right, thank you very much, Elise. It's been a beautiful hot day. If you like the hot weather, you certainly enjoyed this afternoon. We started out this morning in the 70s across our area, mid 70s for the most part, but look at these highs this afternoon. 103 Fredonia, 101 Yates Center, 106 blistering degrees in Howard, 102 in Sedan. Everyone was in the upper 90s for the most part. Looking into the morning, we're going to see temperatures dropping through the 80s down to about 74 degrees by tomorrow morning. A good place to cool off would be the lakes. Elk City right now is about 4 feet below normal at 742. Grand Lake is a little bit below normal, but not too bad at about half a foot. Table Rock Lake is about the same, 0.6 feet below normal. And Stockton Lake right now is also a little bit below normal as well, about 4 feet below normal there. Of course, I'll have all the details in your hot forecast coming up in just a bit.
Thanks, Sam. Kansas City University's Oral Health Department hosted their first white coat ceremony today at Joplin High School. 80 students were presented with their white coats to symbolize their start of their caregiving career. KOAM's Jasmine Knight has the story.
For medical professionals, the white coat ceremony is a moment remembered forever. It marks the beginning of their dentistry school journey.
Receiving my white coat today is just a symbol to me of entering the dental profession and being seen as a future dentist in this community.
Jaden Pace is one of 80 students who will start their 4-year journey at Kansas City University. Their mission is to improve the well-being of the communities that they serve. The College of Dental Medicine is also the newest department at Kansas City University.
And throughout that program, we'll give them clinical skills so they learn to be a dentist, but we'll also teach them about professionalism and about resilience. Life can be difficult, so it's important that they understand, how to manage through difficult times.
I chose Kansas City University because I believe that their mission and values directly correlated with my mission of why I'm pursuing dentistry, and that is to improve the oral health of the communities that I'm in and serve specifically this area.
Each student was supported by their closest family and friends as they took the stage and announced their new name.
Student Dr. Malik Aziz from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, graduated from the University of Oklahoma.
So for KCU's class of 2027, their future is just as bright as their smiles as they begin their career in oral health. Reporting in Joplin, Jasmine Knight, KOAM News.
The ceremony featured guest speaker Chief Glenna J. Wallace and ended with all students reciting the dental medicine oath. As school is preparing to start around the 4 states, the community of Quapaw came together for the Quapaw Bash. The event was an opportunity for the community to get to know local public safety staff while enjoying various activities before the start of school year. It included hamburgers and hot dogs, a jump rope, water slide, dunk tank, and much more.
Nowadays with the economy and how hard it is to go do stuff, especially with money, we kind of want something where people can come have fun and do something without having to worry about money. We got free hot dogs, free hamburgers, free fun.
20 different organizations attended and contributed to the event. The Schiffer-Decker Aquatic Center hosted a doggy dive-in today. The event allows dogs of all sizes, ages, and breeds to enjoy the water before the pool is drained. It also gives them a way to cool down and escape the heat of the summer. On average, about 30 dogs come, and for dogs like Salvador, it's the best day of his life.
He loves it. He loves going in the water.
Dogs have a lot of fun when they come out. They get to run around, jump in the water, play with other dogs. It's just like a good way to get them some exercise and kind of make friends with other dogs and just have a good day.
Doggy Dive-In costs $5 for dogs, while humans can get in for free. Carthage residents had the opportunity to attend the second annual Setstock today. The purpose of the event is to educate the community about substance misuse and prevention. The event was carnival themed with various shows under the big top tent and water activities to stay cool. A family of Chiefs superfans have lost everything in the devastating Maui fires. Reporter Brian Johnson has the details.
To say 5-year-old Emma Wilfong is a Chiefs fan might be an understatement. The family watches all the games together, including the Super Bowl.
They won! Your team won! You're the champion! Yeah!
Emma has been spreading Chiefs Kingdom in Lahaina since before she can remember.
I just really want them to win again because I just really love them.
Then the day of the fire, the winds were just so heavy.
It just kept getting worse and worse. Trees were swaying and you didn't know if they were going to fall.
The Wilfongs and their neighbors escaped alive, but when they returned, only the rock wall around their home remains. Everything burned to the ground.
It kind of broke her heart that she could remember that just by sight.
Emma's only concern
Patrick Mahomes
was her Chiefs jersey.
Because I love them.
So with so much to replace, the family hopes someone in Chiefs Kingdom might send Emma a new jersey.
It's the little things that we see that remind us of home, and that's one of them.
It would bring back some of the joy the fire took away. Brian Johnson, KMBC 9 News.
Up next, blue light glasses might not be as effective as you'd think. Questions are being raised about the effectiveness of blue light eyewear, glasses that are specifically designed to block or filter out the blue light that's emitted from different tech screens. The glasses are supposed to help you sleep better, reduce headaches, and protect your skin and eyes. However, a new study that was published Friday says they found no short-term advantages from using blue light filtering lenses. YouTube institutes new regulations to prevent misinformation about cancer treatments. The video and social media company says its new policies will cover categories of denial, prevention, and treatment options. YouTube says it will yank content that includes claims of guaranteed cures, harmful treatments, or content about unproven treatments in place of approved ones. The new policies go into effect Tuesday. Meteorologist Sam Lane is next with a complete look at the forecast.
Southern California bracing for its first tropical storm in over 8 decades. I'm Christina Coleman in the Pacific Palisades. I'll have those details coming up.
Well, as promised, we were forecasting the summer to return, and it has definitely done so with temperatures well over 110 in northern Kansas today. Let's take a look at Indigo Sky Casino and Resort this morning. And as we put that in motion, you can see that we had mostly sunny skies across the entire area this afternoon, lots of blue out there, and that allowed the temperatures to really soar this afternoon into the upper 90s. And like I said, some places saw 100s, and then a beautiful sunset across the area. Here in Joplin, we made it up to 96, which was above the normal of 90. We started out at 74, which of course was way above the normal of 68, and we're still behind on the rainfall for the year at 8.6 inches. We have an excessive heat warning that's in effect for southwestern Missouri and all of southeastern Kansas. And folks, this goes until Wednesday evening at 10 p.m. So we have several days of excessive heat in our area. Temperatures right now are not that bad. Generally in the 80s, 85 in Nevada, 86 in Stockton, 86 also for our friends in Yates Center, and 85 down in Nowata, 83 cooler degrees down in Jay. Dew points though, they are up, and that's what's making it feel a lot more uncomfortable out there. When dew points are in the mid 70s, you're looking at muggy to soupy conditions out there, and that's of course aggravating the heat indexes as well. In fact, tomorrow we're expecting the heat index to be around 110 to 113 degrees in the metro area, so it's going to be a squelcher out there. Then as we go into Monday, same thing, 116 in Nevada and Lamar is what it's going to feel like, 116 in Stockton, 117 in Veneta. Oh boy. And then as we go into Tuesday, a little bit cooler, maybe 116 in Veneta, 114 in Stockton, and 113 in Lockwood. So we're definitely going to need to take a look at some of the safety tips. Make sure you're staying hydrated, take frequent breaks, limit your outdoor activities, and of course check on the elderly and the pets, making sure that they have plenty of water. There's going to be plenty of water for California with Hurricane Hillary as it makes its way to the north. We're going to be under this dome of high pressure for several days, and it's just going to sit here and just kind of spin around and do its thing, and we're just going to get hotter and hotter as we go through the forecast, unfortunately. Temperatures tonight are going to be in the mid-70s across the area with westerly winds. And then tomorrow, temperatures at or above 100 degrees. I'm going with 102 in Joplin, which would tie or actually break the record tomorrow. And then as we go into Sunday night into Monday morning, lows in the 70s. And then Monday afternoon, temperatures once again above 100 degrees, especially out to the west. Eureka at 106. And then as we go into Tuesday morning, still partly cloudy with mild conditions and lows in the mid-70s. How about the next 7 days? If you want to look at this, I don't know. 102 tomorrow, that's the new record. 101 on Monday, 100 on Tuesday. And then finally we get a little bit cooler as we head towards next weekend with a chance of showers and cooler weather next week. So that's something to look forward to, but we need some rainfall.
Absolutely, 100%. Thanks, Sam. An almost unheard of weather event for the West Coast. Hurricane Hillary, currently in the Pacific Ocean, is forecast to hit California by tomorrow and could bring significant rainfall as early as tonight. Fox News correspondent Christina Coleman has more on how officials and residents are getting ready.
Powerful waves crashing ashore on Mexico's west coast as Hurricane Hillary churns in the Pacific, expected to reach Southern California by Sunday. When it does, it will be the first major storm to hit the area in 84 years.
This is potentially an unprecedented extreme weather event for Los Angeles, Southern California, and the rest of the West Coast.
While forecasters expect it to weaken to a tropical storm by the time it arrives, Southern California residents aren't taking anything for granted, bracing for the possibility of heavy rain, flash flooding, and wind gusts of up to 60 miles an hour.
We're batting down the hatches. We'll just hope for the best. These things are unpredictable.
Along the beaches, crews are reinforcing sand berms to protect coastal communities against storm surge. Officials are evacuating some low-lying areas while they still can, expecting heavy rainfall that could lead to flash flooding.
Potentially 4 to 6 inches or higher. That amount of rainfall would be equivalent to 1 or 2 years worth of that normal annual rainfall for those areas.
The National Hurricane Center warning of a potential flood risk as far inland as Las Vegas in the next few days. The storm packing enough of a punch to draw words of warning from President Biden on Friday.
I urge everyone in the path of this storm to take precautions and listen to the guidance from state and local officials.
President Biden says FEMA has pre-positioned staff and supplies in the region to be ready as quickly as possible if needed. Reporting in Los Angeles, Christina Coleman, Fox News.
Coming up, what's causing home buyers to struggle? And tips on how to save on fall travel. We'll have the details. Low inventory has pushed home prices way up, and mortgage rates are at a 20-year high. Fox Business correspondent Madison Allworth has more.
30-year mortgage rates have passed 7%. That's the highest rate we've seen in over 2 decades. It's making it much more expensive for home buyers, but it's also making home sellers reluctant to sell. According to Keller Williams Realty, 59% of current home owners have a mortgage rate of 3.5% or lower. If they sell, they get stuck with a much higher rate. So homeowners are holding onto their properties, which is why the CEO of Redfin tells Fox Business, we are in a gridlock.
But it's also made people more reluctant to list their home because they don't want to give up that 3% mortgage. And so the sellers are not selling, the buyers are not buying, prices are holding up because inventory is still very low. So sales volume is going to be extremely low through the second half of 2023 and probably into the beginning of 2024. There's no end in sight for interest rates.
Low inventory and high mortgage rates are making it so that the only people selling right now are those that absolutely have to.
You're really only going to be selling if you have a major life event, such as a job transfer, a divorce, a death in the family, but something like that will cause you to sell. But right now, you're not going to be selling just to go down the road and get a new backyard.
And it's not just interest rates on the rise. Low inventory creates higher demand, and that means higher prices. Take, for example, this house. The sellers purchased it in 2021 for just over $360,000. Now, 2 years plus a kitchen renovation later, They're asking for $500,000. And things could get even worse. The chief economist at the National Association of Realtors says that this decades-high mortgage rate, well, it could go even higher. In Hillsborough Township, New Jersey, I'm Madison Allworth, Fox Business.
Millions of Americans are struggling to pay costly air conditioning bills as temperatures soar in many parts of the country. With energy costs on the rise, many consumers are forced to cut back on spending and find other means of income. Americans are picking up more jobs, using multiple fans, and even downsizing their homes to afford power bills. The travel boom since COVID-19 appears to be rolling into this fall and holiday season. Reporter CJ Papa has some tips on how to save for fall travel.
People are not slowing down for fall and for holiday travel.
Summer is coming to an end, but Americans still want to vacation, even while experiencing elevated inflation. The cost of travel necessities like hotel stays or transportation are still up year over year. But Virtuoso is reporting booming 2023 sales and a strong demand for luxury travel.
For fall, we're seeing a lot of Europe. Italy is the #1 destination. The U.S. is actually at #2. It has been #1 all through the pandemic, but we're seeing it go to #2. And then that's followed by France and UK and then Mexico.
To save on hotels, staying longer could score you a discount. So can booking in advance. And research spots where rates are coming down.
So if you stay 2, get your 3rd night free, something like that. So do seek those out because they will most likely be in the marketplace and your best way to save some money there. But also book in advance. And I mean really far in advance, like holiday travel yesterday and Europe for next summer, book it today because the longer you wait, the more you're going to see those rates going up.
The U.S. topping Virtuoso's list of the hottest countries for holiday travel.
Not just for Americans, but globally, U.S. is the top destination. And then you see a lot of warm weather in there. You see Mexico, which are favorites, Costa Rica, Anguilla.
And there are some options where it's not going to be quite as expensive.
New York, LA, and then we actually see rates softening just a little bit in the Caribbean. So if you're headed to those sunny destinations, you'll save a little bit more this holiday season than you would have done last holiday season.
CJ Papa, Fox News.
Up next, a piece of car history is being sold at an incredible price. A recent auction bidder thinks this wrecked car is worth $1.9 million. Sotheby's says it just sold the 1954 Ferrari Mondial Spider Series for that price in California. To racing fans, the car is more than a hunk of metal. It's a piece of history. This car is one of just 13 of this model that Ferrari made in its racing heyday. This kind of design is behind the company's world championships in 1952 and 1953. 30 more minutes of news, weather, and sports coming your way. And residents from the devastating wildfires in Maui are beginning to pick up the pieces. After weeks of questioning will he or won't he, former President Donald Trump reportedly says he will not show up to the first Republican primary debate of the season. Fox's Rebecca Castor has the latest from Washington.
Ron DeSantis, Tim Scott, Nikki Haley, and Vivek Ramaswamy are just a few standout GOP contenders you'll likely see on the presidential debate stage next week. But the biggest name of them all, former President Donald Trump, is expected to be a no-show.
If I were advising Trump, I wouldn't want Trump to take the stage because he'll be a political piñata, and nobody needs that.
If Trump's social media is any indication, it's likely he's skipping Milwaukee. In one post, he says, "People know my record, one of the best ever, so why would I debate?"
Without Donald Trump there, you really can see and hear more of the agenda, if you will, from each of these candidates, because when Trump's on stage, they're going to be defending themselves largely.
Without the frontrunner debating, that means more opportunity for others to shine.
What I'm focused on is the biggest problem for the Republican Party for defeating Joe Biden, and that's Donald J. Trump.
I hope that we will be focused on the future of the country rather than some of the other static that's out there right now.
We have to win in November.
And it is time to put that negativity and drama behind us.
The Biden-Harris campaign also taking aim at Trump for dodging Wisconsin. A campaign spokesperson saying, quote, he cannot hide from the fact that Wisconsinites rejected him in 2020 and will reject the MAGA agenda again in 2024. Donald Trump will be busy regardless next week, whether he shows up to the debate or not. He must surrender to Georgia authorities by August 25th on charges he tried to overturn election results there. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
Meteorologist Sam Lane joins us for another look at the forecast.
All right, we have a hot pressure area over us, and it's going to be sitting there for the next several days, and that means temperatures above 100 degrees again tomorrow. And this high is going to be basically sitting and not going anywhere anytime soon. So as we go through the forecast, we're going to be looking at increasing temperatures and also the dew points making it feel even worse than the actual temperature. And of course, I'll have more details on that in your forecast, as well as a look at the drought situation when we come back in just a little bit.
Thanks, Sam. Survivors of the wildfires in Lahaina, Hawaii are beginning to pick up the pieces from the wreckage. Fox's Howard Deshevsky spoke to those outside of the town who avoided the worst of the disaster and are springing into action to help their community rebuild.
Yeah, the people that live just above where I'm standing are beyond fortunate. They consider themselves very lucky. Flames danced all around them, and there's only one exit for their subdivision. In the subdivision of Kilauea-Mauka, located right below Lahaina Luna High School, there's an overwhelming sense of good fortune mixed with guilt. Everything beside them is black. Everything below them is gone. A couple shingles off your roof. How do you even explain?
God will bless us and He saved us. I believe that.
The fire burned right alongside the subdivision of a couple hundred homes, and with the exception of some burnt rooftops, these people are no doubt some of the lucky ones, and they're doing everything they can to pay it forward.
It just started by a group of people coming by and asking if we wanted water, and he said, yeah, we'll take some. And then I said, can I have that cereal? And they said, yeah, sure. Then they asked me if I wanted to be a distribution hub.
From there, Ramelb says the supplies simply took off, and he's not the only one. Drive through the streets of this small community, and you'll see signs of giving and gratitude everywhere. Davin Balagso lost his roof, but not his spirit to give. I walk in here, I feel like I'm in Longs.
Well, we kind of keep it organized, make everyone feel comfortable. Kind of not trying to just throw things on the ground, But yeah, everyone's getting what they need, but they need more.
And while he remains focused on giving, Balagso is among those still searching for answers.
Most of my family made it out. Happy about that. Still looking for some, but we just need some, just to know exactly what's going on with them, where they're at, to get some peace, which would be awesome.
And like so many others here in these small towns, he says the full gravity of the situation has yet to sink in.
Not fully, but yeah, it's there, and I can feel it coming even more every day. And but yeah, it's hard, really hard.
But through the tears, he says he sees hope in the future of Lahaina, a place where he was born, raised, and loves. What is the message that you would want to share to anybody else who's out there, whether it be local Maui, the state, or beyond?
Please keep praying for us. We do have the community is coming together really strong, and we are helping each other out. And we'll build Lahaina again and make it better than it was.
We are Lahaina, so Lahaina is still here. Houses and possessions are gone. Some families are gone, but never forgotten. And that's what we have to do. Just stick together as strong as we can. I'm dug in. We will be standing soon. We will persevere. We will overcome this.
And both of those two gentlemen we just heard from feel very strongly about the future of their community, yet they want to see something that's less touristy and more traditional Hawaiian. And they also want to make sure that there's some type of a shrine behind me in Lahaina for those who lost their lives there.
Still ahead, we'll have highlights of Friday night's high school football jamboree in sports. And small businesses are turning to AI to help with online exposure.
Well, summer has made a comeback, that's for sure, especially across our area with temperatures above 100 degrees in many locations. Right now it's Seneca, Missouri and Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. A pretty nice night shaping up and temperatures are starting to fall just a little bit. We made it up to 96 this afternoon after starting out at 74. Of course, those were way above the normals of 90 and 68. We are still ahead on the rainfall for the month, but for the year we're still behind at 8.6 inches. And so far this summer, it's really not been that bad. We've had 2 days in June that was above 100. Then we had 5 days in July. And so far in August, we've only had 3, but we're going to be adding to that over the next few days. So all told, it's not really been that bad. It could be worse, I guess is what I'm trying to say. We have excessive heat warnings in effect for southwestern Missouri and southeastern Kansas until Wednesday evening. That goes to show you just how long we expect this heat wave to last, and it's actually going to probably last longer than be Wednesday. Temperatures right now are a little bit cooler, 82 in Pittsburgh, 84 in Fort Scott, same thing in Nevada, 83 in Sedan, 85 degrees currently for our friends in Veneta. But look at these dew points. In the 80s and upper 70s, and that's downright soupy air, almost could cut it with a knife, and that's what's making it feel so uncomfortable. And when you factor in the temperature tomorrow, it's going to feel like 113 in Baxter Springs, 114 in Lamar, 108 in Aurora even. And then as we go into Monday, about the same thing, 117 in Veneta, 113 Baxter Springs, 116 in Nevada is what it's going to feel like in the afternoon. And then on Tuesday afternoon, more of the same, temperatures above or feeling like above 110. So make sure that you're taking frequent breaks. Make sure that you're staying hydrated. Stay indoors if at all possible under the AC. Wear light colored clothing and lightweight. And of course, be sure to check on the pets outside. Make sure they have plenty of water too. There's plenty of water with Hurricane Hilary that's going to be impacting Southern California. Catastrophic flooding expected in western Arizona and Southern California with that system, but no rain to be found for us. Instead, ridge of high pressure sitting right on top of us and is not going anywhere fast. It's going to sit here for several days and we're going to bake underneath it with temperatures over 100 degrees in the afternoon. Tonight, lows in the mid 70s. Tomorrow, again, temperatures above 100, especially out towards the west where readings could be approaching 110 in Yates Center and Eureka. And then as we go into Sunday morning, lows in the 70s, near 80 degrees in some spots. And then Monday afternoon, temperatures again above 100 degrees across the area. And then Tuesday morning, you guessed it, mostly fair with mild conditions, lows in the 70s. And then Tuesday afternoon, a temperature of 100 degrees. So we have the alert days for tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday, possibly extending all the way into Friday. And then finally, Elise, we have some cooler weather arriving next weekend with a slight chance of some showers.
We just can't escape the heat.
I know. Yeah, summer is hanging on for dear life, that's for sure.
For sure. Well, don't forget, you can be the first to know about the day's weather with the KOAM Skywatch weather app. Get severe weather updates sent straight to your phone free of charge. It's available in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. The KOAM Skywatch weather app. Hurricane season could impact the cost of living adjustments for Social Security beneficiaries next year. Experts predict seniors will get a much lower cost of living adjustment of about 3% in 2024 as inflation subsides. But the benefit could go up depending on the impact of hurricanes. A Social Security policy analyst says hurricanes may prompt higher oil and gas prices, making the cost of living higher, which could lead to a higher estimate for Social Security recipients. Still ahead, a season preview of the Joplin Lady Eagle softball team. And highlights of Friday night's high school football jamboree from Joplin. Brock Baldridge joins us next in sports.
Last night, 4 local high school teams from southern Missouri all got together in Joplin for a high school football jamboree. Joplin, Lamar, Seneca, and Webb City all got a reps a week in before the regular season kicks off in Missouri. We pick things up from the north side of the field here, Joplin versus Seneca. Eagles quarterback Daniel Rose delivers a strike as he finds his receiver Lane Royal in stride for the touchdown. We now move things to the south end of the field. Webb City going against the Seneca defense here. Gabe Johnson finds his tight end Jonas Spiker for a big gain. And then that sets up this play as Amari Jackson finds the end zone for the touchdown. Now it's Seneca's turn on offense as Jackson Mars will take the pitch and drive into the end zone for a touchdown. I have a feeling we'll be seeing a lot of those plays this season for Seneca. Back on the north side of the field, Joplin versus Lamar. Quinn Renfro takes the handoff, but Rourke Dillon of Lamar lays the lumber to get the big stop for the Lamar Tiger defense. Then the last play of the night, maybe the best one of the night, Daniel Rose of Joplin scrambling to make the play, and Kason Gray, the wide receiver, makes the catch, keeps his feet inbounds, and falls in for the touchdown. So with that out of the way, the Jamboree will finish up, and one more week away as the real deal on Friday Night Football in Missouri will kick off on August 25th. We'll have full coverage and highlights and final scores right here on KOAM. We go from the football gridiron to the softball diamond. As is the case for the Joplin Eagles softball team coming off of a successful 23-win season, but the team is still hungry to get better. The Eagles come back this year with a lot of experience. More than half of the starting lineup returns. Joplin only lost 2 seniors from 2022. The Eagles were able to win 20-plus games last season for the first time since 2013. The Eagles also return a bunch of depth in the outfield with some of the top hitters in the state. Joplin is making their final preparations before they open their season next weekend for a tournament in Aurora, Missouri.
I'm really excited about the team chemistry because we've all bonded a lot this season, and off season we worked really hard. We know that hard work beats talent, and so we've all come together working hard and just want to be better than last season.
We're really looking to achieve more wins than last year, and just really building off of last year because we did pretty good last year and we were confident building off of that.
Our big goal this year that the girls set is to finish. We want to talk about how can we finish plays, finish at bats, finish games. We feel like if we can finish, even if we don't start well, as long as we play hard and finish the game properly, doing things the right way, we're going to put ourselves in a position to win.
And we now turn to pro football as the Kansas City Chiefs are back in action for week 2 of the preseason. The Chiefs return to the same site tonight where they won Super Bowl 57 in Glendale, Arizona. The Chiefs are taking on the Arizona Cardinals tonight. Kansas City looking to avenge that disappointing loss they had last week in New Orleans. It is a completely different story tonight in Arizona. At last check, the Chiefs currently lead the Arizona Cardinals 31-10 in the fourth quarter. Mahomes was smooth as he goes 10 for 15, 105 passing yards. That will play. Then maybe, perhaps, the new backup quarterback for the Chiefs over Blaine Gabbert is Shane Buechele. What a night. Buechele goes 10 for 10, no incompletions, a rushing touchdown, and then rookie wide receiver, second-round pick Rashid Rice played very well, 8 receptions, 96 receiving yards. Chiefs are firing on all cylinders tonight in the desert. The Kansas City Royals and the St. Louis Cardinals are both in action this afternoon. The Royals are in Chicago taking on the Cubs. As for the Cardinals, they're home against the Mets. Royals at Cubs in Wrigley Field. First inning, no score. Cody Bellinger goes deep to left field, and it's a mob out there to catch that ball. 2-run jack, and the Cubs will take a 2-0 lead. Bottom of the third now. It's 3-1 Chicago, and Cody Bellinger at the plate again. And he wasn't the former National League MVP for nothing. Solo bomb here. Cubs go up 4-1 now. So at the top of the 8th inning, Royals down 6-3, but Kyle Isbell's RBI double makes this a game now. Salvador Perez will round third and come in to score. Royals down 6-4. So we head to the top of the 9th inning. Last chance for Kansas City. And Michael Massey is going to ground out. And the Cubs are going to raise the W. Chicago beats Kansas City 6-4. Cardinals at home tonight, looking to even things out in the series with the Mets. The Redbirds have lost the first 2 games of the series. Make that 4 straight losses for St. Louis now. It was all Mets tonight in Busch Stadium. The Cardinals lose 13-2. Cardinals will look to avoid the sweep in the series finale tomorrow afternoon at 1:15 p.m. So it looks like the Chiefs have gotten things figured out.
Absolutely. It's exciting that football season is back in both locally and professionally.
Absolutely, yes.
Well, go Chiefs. We'll be right back. Some small businesses are turning to AI to increase their visibility online. Tech experts say startups and small businesses are starting to utilize artificial intelligence. Generative AI can be used to help produce content to promote a business and help create algorithms to match a business with nearby customers. However, tech experts warn businesses against trying to use the technology to analyze and make decisions on data sets, which are currently beyond the capabilities of most AI tools. Up next, fall is just around the corner and some businesses are already prepped for Halloween. It may be the dog days of summer, but many stores are already selling black cats and broomsticks. Store shelves are filling up with Halloween decor as early as midsummer, and it may be scaring off some consumers. Many people on social media are wondering why Halloween season is already in full swing. A slew of companies dropped their Halloween releases as early as July this year, including big box stores like HomeGoods, Michaels, Target, and Walmart.
Scary.
Are you ready for spooky season, as they call it?
I know I'm ready for fall weather. That's what I'm ready for, especially after this forecast with alert days both tomorrow, Monday, and Tuesday, with temperatures over 100 degrees, and it stays that way pretty much all week long. But we do get some relief as we head towards next weekend with a chance of showers on Saturday and Sunday. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like a big chance of showers, but hey, look at the temperatures down in the upper 80s for highs. I think we'll take it.
That'll be something to look forward to.
Absolutely.
Well, that's our time for tonight. Thank you for joining us. We'll leave you with a video of an endangered antelope who was born 11 days ago at a zoo. We'll see you back here next time. Thanks for making us part of your night.